Hello. The name of our project is MUTANmashup. It is a web-based geo-coordinated information system made by Talal Qureshi, Numair Mansoor, Omar Majid and Mohsen Ali. Basically, we have coordinated the geolocations of all the major universities of Pakistan with their official websites and RSS feeds regarding the workshops, events and lectures organized at those universities. We have done this using Google Maps API and our custom MySQL database containing information of all the major universities of Pakistan. We have also designed a web-based application which utilizes Google News and Google Maps API to bring us a geo-coordinated news system. It collects news updates from Google News server and coordinates it with Google Map. Currently, the new system is available only for USA because currently only geo-coordinated news for USA are available on the Google News server. We have achieved this using PHP with access to a MySQL database hosted on an Apache server. On the front end, we are using JavaScript and HTML. Now, let's get to the project. Here it is. Over here, this is the map of Pakistan loaded on a Google Map API. The Google Map API is loaded on the using this command in HTML. Now, let's get to the project. This is the map of Pakistan, and these markers each representing a particular university of Pakistan. For example, this marker in Lahore represents the University of Punjab, and the marker in Karachi represents the PNEC, Pakistan Navy Engineering College. Now, if we zoom towards any particular city, let's zoom towards Islamabad. Over here, let's zoom a little bit more. Here are the 5 major universities of Islamabad, and if we click over on any of the markers, let's click over here. Now, this is our very own EME college, and here is the link to the official website of the university. Now, given enough time, we will be able to include real-time RSS feeds from the students' body of a particular university to show the workshops, events and lectures organized at those universities. If we zoom a little bit more, these are the 5 universities. Let's click over here. This is the Islamic International University and this is the NUST 12. Now let's zoom out and go towards any other city. Let's go to Karachi. Zoom in Karachi, zooming more. Now these are the 5 major universities of this area. Let's click over here. This is the Saraswati University of Engineering Technology, and this is the FAST National University. This is the Pakistan Navy Engineering College. Now, these markers are displayed through a function borrowed from Google Maps API, scripted in JavaScript. Over here we can see it. This is the add marker function, and you can also see there's a search bar over here. The search bar is also implemented in JavaScript. This is the function for the search bar. If we come over here and zoom towards Karachi again, you will see only 5 markers are visible. This is because in a particular given frame, this is the frame. The area in this frame, the map recognizes this area and it fetches data from the MySQL database to a PHP file, and it takes the data for the 5 largest universities in the given area. The PHP file that fetches the data is this file. It fetches the data from the MySQL database using these commands. Our database is hosted on an Apache server. This is our database. Here it is. This is the database for the universities. Now, another thing is the data is fed into the database using this PHP file, and then data is fetched through another PHP file which analyzes the data. The PHP file sends the data, it saves the data in a hash table, and it sends the hash table, it encodes the hash table and sends it to the JavaScript file. The JavaScript file then over here it decodes the data using this function evaluate and displays the required markers. Another feature of our project is instantaneous ajax calls. Our project makes ajax calls without changing the URL of the page. Ajax is not basically a programming language, it is a programming technique or an algorithm used. It does not change the URL of the page, but it is spontaneously fetching data from the server. These are the commands for the ajax calls. Now, another application of our project is the geo-coordinated news system. As I told you earlier, the geo-coordinated news system is available only for USA right now. Now let's go to New York. It will take some time to load. Yes, we zoom down a little. Now it is showing the markers for the 5 largest cities of USA within the given frame. If we click on any of these markers, it shows the news for that particular city. Now this is the news for New York. Let me tell you, these are the latest news which our application is fetching from the Google News server. Now let us change the frame. It will take some time to fetch the data. Now these are the markers. If we click over here, Pittsburgh is showing the news for Pittsburgh. And let's change the frame again. It will take some time to load. Now it has been loaded. Now these let's click on the news for Washington DC. These are the news for Washington DC. Alright, let's zoom a bit. Now that we have zoomed, these are the news for Washington DC. These are the news for Baltimore, Silver Spring. Now, our application fetches news from the Google server in RSS format through the PHP file. The PHP file is on the Apache server, and it connects to the Google News server and fetches the news in RSS formats and saves it in the hash table. And along with the other information from our MySQL database, this news is also saved in the MySQL database, but it is readily updated on every refresh of the map or change in the map frame. This news is then displayed when we click the marker in the bubble. Now let's zoom out a little. Now we have zoomed out and we are on USA state level, and the map is showing the new markers on the 5 largest cities in the given frame. These are the news for Chicago, and that's pretty much it. One thing else, we have used tables to encode the data and send it to the JavaScript from our PHP server, and that's pretty much it.